Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television Lagos. A reminder of our top stories now. Residents abandoned villages in Zamfara district with tales of destruction and despair over continued attacks by bandits. The people of Kegbera Dere lament alleged killings in their community as Masop accuses the army of raiding the town in Gokana. Council of Rivers State military says allegations is false. National Judicial Council approves the extension by 3 months of the appointment of the Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tanko Muhammad, on the request of President Buhari. And cash totaling over $130 million found by security services in the home of our Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on YouTube.com/channels where you can find our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app and tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. Staying now with military efforts to improve security in the country, troops of Operation Real Stroke have engaged some armed bandits in a gun battle in Benue State, killing one of them while others fled. According to a statement by the Acting Director, Defense Information, Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu, the troops were on the fighting patrol along the Audu axis in Gwe West local government area when they were attacked by the bandits. Meanwhile, in neighboring Zamfara State, the army is promising residents of the area troubled by armed bandits that all bandits' hideouts will be destroyed and peace restored to their communities. The General Officer commanding the military operations, Sharindaji, Major General Hakeem Otiki, says that the army is making significant progress and successes in the fight with bandits and kidnappers in the state will be recorded.
Operations vis-a-vis patrols, fighting patrol, cordon and search, as well as clearance operation, has made it so difficult for the bandits to coordinate their nefarious activities. Most of their vendors are being apprehended. Most of their gun runners are being held up. The stop and search by our men is yielding a lot of results, and just of recent, about 4 gun runners were apprehended at certain places, and of course the arms and ammunition recovered from them are being backloaded for forensic analysis, while the men are subjected to preliminary investigation by our appropriate departments, after which they will be handed over to civil authority for possible prosecution.
The president says that he is not happy with the reports of killings in Taraba and Adamawa State. He is particularly worried about the needless violent clashes between the Jukung and Tiv tribes in Taraba and the Fulani, Genjon and Bachama tribes in Adamawa State, which have all resulted in arson and deaths. The president says emphatically the violence benefits nobody and that the acts remains unacceptable in Nigeria, especially coming at the time the nation is celebrating Easter with all the lessons of love and peace for humanity. President Muhammad Buhari says, quote, "Once we abandon reason and good judgment, we are giving violence the chance to take over and make a bad situation more complicated and difficult to resolve. The primary initiative for ending violence once and for all must originate from the local actors involved in these clashes." End of quote. The president says that he has mandated a religious group to intervene and reconcile communities in Kaduna, Taraba and Adamawa states. Meanwhile, the Tiv Cultural and Social Association in Taraba State has condemned in strong terms the renewed attacks and looting in Wukari despite the peace efforts by governments of Taraba State and Benue State to resolve the issues. The President General of the group, Mr. Goodman Dahida, says that the thieves are not at war with the Jukuns, and those fanning the embers of war should desist from such acts. According to him, what is happening in some parts of Buhari is purely an act of criminality, and those benefiting from the looting do not want to see it end.
Immediately after the peace meeting on Monday, they attacked Vase, a border village, on Tuesday, April 16, that is bordering Taraba and Benue State. On Wednesday, April 17, Sey Ali Kaiki was attacked. The attackers took their provocation on Ikayo, Bogbo, and Gidemangoro villages on Thursday, April 18. To our dismay, Buhari was attacked on Friday morning by suspected hoodlums. The Jukun youths on reprisal attacked Ikayo, where the all-Saint Catholic pastoral area was not spared by the aggressors, as they looted valuable properties in the parish. We condemn these attacks, both from the Jukun and the thief in the area, and we wish to once again reiterate our earlier position that we are not at war with the Jukuns, and those fanning the embers of war should desist from such act forthwith.
To other stories now, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, has explained the fire scare which occurred in the afternoon of Saturday, April the 20th, 2019, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, saying that what passengers saw were smoke from the hydrant which was released by the automated fire detector and protection machine installed in the airport's new terminal. The managing director of FAN, Mr. Saleh Dunoma, gave the explanation in Abuja after Channels Television visited the airport in response to a call from an airport staff. Although the airport staff says that he saw fire, which scared some travelers in the afternoon, the managing director maintains that there is nothing to be scared of, as what happened indicates the efficacy of the newly installed fire detector and protection equipment at the airport.
There was no fire as such. What happened was that the new terminal is designed and built with a protection system. It's called Fire Detection and Protection System. It has a sensor that triggers off at high temperatures. Once the sensor senses high temperatures in the ambience, it sprays some fire extinguishing agents in order to protect the system from fire. So that was what happened. So what people saw in the sky was the residue from the chemical powder that was sprayed in order to protect it from any fire. But there was no fire. It's just a protection system. So, of course, people saw passengers and people around the airport saw the residue of the chemical powder that was sprayed by the system automatically, and they thought it was fire. But of course the firemen went in there, opened all the panels and checked, and there was no fire. It's just a protection system that is working. It's supposed to work automatically without anybody touching it. So it just did its work as designed.
Ahead of the Easter celebrations, there has been a low turnout of passengers at the airports and bus parks in some parts of the country. Passengers who spoke to Channels Television at select airports and bus parks say that the economy is not favorable for a massive Easter celebration.
The general aviation terminal of the Muritala Mohammed Airport in Lagos is a bit busy as passengers make last-minute attempts to reach their destination for the Easter festivities. Passenger turnout is low as travelers say there's been an increase in airfares.
The ticket prices actually tripled in like 24 hours. So when I wanted to buy initially, it was about 20-something thousand. But as of last night, it was 70,000 naira.
I paid 47,700 for this one.
It's also business as usual for most air operators at the international airport in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. At the bus parks within the metropolis, some road transport operators lament the low turnout of travelers for the Easter period.
Now, no much people is traveling for now, but we are still coping up with some people.
A lot of people are not traveling because since we came here, the car is not filled up till now.
It's a different story in Imo as air travelers at the Simon Bakwe Airport lament over the unusual hike in airfares.
There are much increase because meanwhile it's only APs and Ghana that visit this place. So usually they capitalize on that and increase the price of the air tickets.
A ride within Benin City, the Edo State capital, reveals business as usual. Traders with high expectations are rather disappointed. It's appreciable turnout at the bus parks as fares are not increased as the case during the previous festival period.
There should not be increments in price now, because if that happens, that means it will really affect a whole lot of stuff, because there's a whole lot of traveling movement around town, so it will really affect.
As passengers take time out to spend their Easter at planned destinations, the charge is that many Nigerians will use this season to show love to their neighbors.
And staying with the Easter celebrations, traders across the country are complaining of low patronage, which they attribute to the state of the economy. Our next report focuses on the reactions from traders across some states and buyers alike as they commemorate the crucifixion and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
In the southeast, Anambra State's main market, Onitsha, is not as busy as expected, especially during this period of Easter. Traders here express concern over the economic status of the country.
Like 2-3 years ago, we are doing small, but for now there is no market.
Maybe because of the last election, the instability in the country, and a lot of other factors might have resulted to this.
In Edo State, there seems to be low turnout of people shopping, and marketers appeal to the authorities to address the situation of things in the country. It's a similar scenario in Ondo and Ekiti states, as market men and women complain of low patronage despite the fact that there is no hike in the price of things. Some of the traders also lament the effect of poor electricity supply on their businesses.
We depend on generator, and this has been consuming a lot of money. The power is not there, especially in this hydro. We just thank God that we are seeing that business.
Residents of Calabar, the Cross River State capital, are on their last lap of shopping of foodstuffs to mark the Easter. Some of them express mixed feelings about their celebration.
To celebrate it anyhow I can afford for my family. Even though it is a cup of rice and one chicken, I can just do it because things are so hard.
For me, I see price of items to be friendly, still friendly. Yeah, because I don't know if it is tied to what I came to buy.
And in Kano State, northwest Nigeria, residents shop for Easter at the Yankura market. Regardless of the seeming hardship, Christian faithful and their families will be marking the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, which symbolizes the spirit of tolerance and sacrifice, the message for the season.
When the News at 10 returns, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry asked President Muhammadu Buhari to sign the Companies and Allied Matters Bill 2018 to enhance growth of MSMEs. That's some business news. Join us again.